Azamra leloi be'odi, Azamra leloi be'odi, Allah, Allah, Azamra leloi be'odi, Azamra leloi be'odi, Azamra leloi be'odi, Allah, Allah, Azamra leloi be'odi.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Congregation HEA. I'm Rabbi Solomon Grunwald, and I'm here with Cantor Ariel Green. And we thank you for inviting us into your home this Shabbat to begin our week, our Shabbat, and conclude our week with some music and prayer to bring a sense of peacefulness. And we hope that you are winding down and entering into Shabbat with us. We use Sidur Lev Shalem. It's available as a download at our website at headenver.org. And we're going to begin our service now on page 10 in the Sidur. And we'll continue through a few of the Psalms of Shabbat. And we'll begin now on page 10.
Ay, 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 ay,
I certainly hope that you're singing along at home with us. And we look forward to hopefully singing along with you in person not too long from now. Keep an eye out for news about in-person Azamra services starting in May. We're going to great lengths right now to think our way through how to do that safely and also to make it just a wonderful experience for those who attend. I hope this summer will be an opportunity for us to be together and pray together. In the meantime, you have an opportunity to learn these melodies, and so that when we are together, you'll know them. We're going to continue now through page 11, 13, and 22, and we'll kind of take it and kind of flow from one into the next. So let's go.
נרננה לאדוני, לכו נריע לצור אישנו, לכו נרננה לאדוני, לכו נריע לצור אישנו, נקדמה פניו בתודה. Nirranena
Page 13.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו לגויים כבודו, שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, עשו מיום ליום ישועתו.
Page 22.
ענה בכוח גדולת ימינך, תתיר צרורה, תתיר צרורה, קבל רינה דמך, סגרנו תרנו נורא. ענה בכוח גדולת ימינך, תתיר צרורה, תתיר צרורה, קבל רינה דמך, סגרנו תרנו נורא. ענה בכוח גדולת ימינך, תתיר צרורה, תתיר צרורה, קבל רינת עמך, סגרנו תרנו נורא.
We'll turn now to page 23 for the first two and last two verses on page 25 of Lecha Dodi. We invite Shabbat into our homes as we invite a beautiful bride to bring us blessings and joy. We hope that you're enjoying your Shabbat at home with your family, and please join us in inviting Shabbat and its blessings into each other's homes as we pray on page 23.
Lecha Dodi, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, תקבלה. פני שבת, תקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבורך, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך אדוני לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת גלה, פני שבת נקבלה, פני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, על ידי בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת גלה, פני שבת נקבלה, פני שבת נקבלה, בואי ושלום, עטרת פעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה, בואי קלה, בואי קלה, לך דודי לקראת גלה, פני שבת נקבלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
I really love that melody, and I love hearing you sing it. I look forward to people
Thanks.
Singing with you, and yeah, I mean, in this room, that note just rings through the room. It's really lovely.
Thank you.
And we now continue on page 27. Tov lehodot ladonai. It is good to give thanks to God, and I hope that this has been a good week for you. And if it has, well, whatever it's been, let's give thanks for each day renewed, for our very lives. And I invite you to take a moment to hold that sense of gratitude, to hold something specific from the week that's passed that you hold on to as you enter into this Shabbat. May it continue to bless you. And let's sing together, page 27.
טוב להודות אדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, 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 להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
Page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נחש, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרדונה.
We now invite you to call to mind those in need of your life and in our world in need of healing. And please join us in a Mishaberach.
מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu, מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We wish refuah shlema, a healing of body and spirit to all in need. We also extend our condolences this week to the family of Florence Mittler, who we learned passed away this morning. Her funeral is being scheduled for Tuesday. More information will be forthcoming from the synagogue on Sunday, and we extend our condolences to her family. May her memory be a blessing among all those for whom we recite Kaddish. And we invite you at this time, if you are reciting Kaddish for a loved one, to please rise and feel yourself to be part of a virtual minyan this evening as we find the Kaddish on page 58 in our Siddur. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kari ve'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma ve'imru Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru Amen.
Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you. Betoch shar avalei Tzion. V'Yerushalayim, may their memory bring you peace, bring you strength, and be a blessing. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom yenachem, yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. In this week's Parsha, we read about a skin condition called negat tzara'at, often mistranslated as leprosy. Our sages commonly understood and interpreted this ailment as really a manifestation, an outward manifestation of an inner moral failing, specifically the sin of lashon hara, malicious speech and gossip. Most rabbis really grasp onto this interpretation and use Parshat Tazria to moralize about the dangers of lashon hara. They're not wrong, but I'll admit that I actually don't like talking about this topic of lashon hara because it always feels a little bit disingenuous, a little hypocritical, and self-defeating. And what I mean by that is that when you look at the literature on lashon hara, the prescription is control your speech, self-discipline, just don't say mean things about other people. And that is great. I don't endorse gossip or speaking ill of others. Of course, we should avoid it. Of course, it is destructive to relationships and communities. And of course, it's pernicious. We all know the parable of the feathers, how gossiping is like ripping open a feather pillow and scattering it to the wind. We all know that the damage we do is nearly impossible to repair. But we go on doing it anyway. And the reason I don't like moralizing about lashon hara is that I don't believe that beating ourselves up about it is the way to address it. Self-discipline in our speech is necessary. We all need to try to control ourselves when we speak, to be mindful of what we say about other people, of course. But it isn't a matter of willpower alone. I think we need to go deeper. There's something in this parsha that has always been curious to me. It says several times in Parshat Tazria that when a person was suspected of having this skin disease, they were examined by a priest. And the Torah describes what the priest would look for. It says, the priest shall examine the affection on the skin of the body. And if the hair in the affected patch has turned white and the affection, the nega, the affliction, appears to be deeper than the skin of the body, then it is called nega tsara'at, this skin disease called leprosy. On several occasions, the Torah describes a skin affliction that is deeper than the skin, omek me'or besaro, deeper than the skin. There's something about this that doesn't make sense to me. How can the priest tell if the affliction penetrates deeper than the skin? If the priest is looking at someone's skin from the outside, how can they tell that it goes deeper than the skin? Maybe I'm missing something here, and the dermatologists among us can explain it to me, but I don't think Kohanim had X-ray vision. Or maybe it doesn't really matter, because if indeed this disease is actually something spiritual and not physical, then we have to ask, what does the Torah mean to say when it says that what qualifies as tsarat is beneath the skin? So when it comes to this topic of Lashon Hara, I want to go deeper than the skin. If we're really going to do something about our tendency to speak about other people, I think we have to go deeper than the moralistic self-flagellation and self-discipline. Beating ourselves up about our speech isn't going to stop us from committing the sin of Lashon Hara. So let's go deeper. The name of this skin disease is nega tsara'at, the affliction of tsarat. This disease is always referred to as nega. The mystical book known as Sefer Yetzirah points out that if you rearrange the letters of nega, nun, gimel, ayin, you get the word oneg, ayin, nun, gimel, which means joy or pleasure. And the Sefer Yetzirah talks about how God created the world with the letters of the alphabet, and it says, ein lemala me'oneg. There's nothing greater than oneg, than pleasure or joy, and there's nothing worse than nega, this skin disease we call tsarat. And based on this teaching, Rav Avraham Yitzchak Kook, the first Ashkenazi chief rabbi of pre-state Palestine, who was a mystic himself, makes the following comment. The highest point that a living soul can attain is to know its deeper inner value. And when the soul stands in a state of true health, then it takes pleasure, mit aneget, it takes pleasure in God. Another way of saying that is that when we are centered, when you know your own self-worth, when you know who you are and your inherent dignity and value, then you are experiencing oneg, true and abiding joy in who you are as a creature created in the image of God, B'Tselem Elokim. In other words, you are, as they say, comfortable in your own skin. But writes Rav Kook, when we lose that place in our inwardness, he says, when our will strays from its path, that sense of pleasure we have in being comfortable in who we are turns from oneg to nega. When we lose that place, that sense of being at home in our skin, then we lose ourselves, we experience nega. So what does it mean that the nega tsarat goes deeper than the skin and is a marker of Lashon Hara, of malicious speech? Perhaps it means that when we are not comfortable in our own skin, as it were, when we don't have the deep and abiding joy of knowing our own self-worth, that's when we are likely to tear others down to make ourselves feel superior. That's when we are likely to commit the sin of Lashon Hara. So we do have to be vigilant about what we say about others. But self-discipline is not enough. We have to attend to what is below the skin, to that sense of self-dignity and self-respect that can bring us true joy and inoculate us against the nega. Shabbat Shalom. We'll conclude our service now, and we want to thank you for joining us, and we invite you to return every Friday night at 6 p.m. Services on Shabbat morning are at 9:30 a.m. Tomorrow we have two service options at Shir Chadash and our traditional service. So we hope to see you then, and hopefully see you again in person. To learn more about our congregation and our programs, please visit headenver.org. And on behalf of Cantor Green and myself, and Rabbi Dahlin and our congregation, we wish you a Shabbat Shalom, and we'll conclude with one more song.
Shabbat Shalom. I wanted to conclude with a new one, fairly new to me also. It's called Va'ani Ashir Uzecha, which is, the music is written by Josh Rashevsky, but the lyrics come from our Psalms, chapter 59, which is not really often, it's not in our liturgy, it's part of the book of Psalms. And he took this passage because the translation is beautiful, and I'll read it to you. It means, I will sing of your strength, proclaim each morning your faithfulness, for you have been my haven, a safety in my time of trouble. To you I will sing my strength. And I want to note that the last line, I'll sing through it, but the last line says, Uzi elecha azamera. So we come full circle. We start with Azamra, we end with Azamra. That song should be our strength. So here we go. Vani ashir uzecha ve'arane laboker chasecha ki hayita niskav li umanos beyom tzari vani ashir Ashir uzecha ve'arane laboker chastecha ki hayita miskav li umanos beyom tzadi. Try with me. Ashir uzecha ve'arane baboker chastecha ki hayita miskav li umanos beyom tzari. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.